Welcome back to the another series where we are going for the application of mole concept. So we are going with first application, and that is related to concentration terms. Now what do we mean by concentration terms is that means how what is the amount of what you have added in the particular mixture. Okay, now concentration terms is generally applicable for mixtures. Now in mixtures, the type of mixture depends upon the solvent which you are adding. Now what is a solvent? Solvent means that supposing I am considering a mixture. Binary mixture means it is having two components. So this anything which is present in less quantity will be called as the solute, and anything which is present in the more quantity will be called as the solvent, and they together will make a solution. Now solution can be of various types. Now for example, we dissolve water vapor in air. Okay, so this will be another type of solution which you can say is a gas solution, and similarly so on solid sugar dissolved in water in another type of solution. Fine, but what is the nature of the solution, like in which state it will be there, nature of the solution. So nature of the solution depends on the solvent. Like if you dissolve sugar in water, the solution will be in which final state? It will be liquid. Now if you dissolve gas in gas, so solvent is supposing gas, so again the final state will be like this. Now supposing if you take 20 grams of water and you dissolve and you put it in 1 kg of sugar, so now this is also a type of solution. Fine, but what will be the nature of the solution? It will be in which state? Solid. So the final state of the solution is governed by the type of solvent or the major quantity of substance in the mixture. Now in this chapter we will be generally talking about binary solutions considerably. So if we divide the type of solutions, we have two types of solution. One is called as the dilute. Dilute means a solution in which less amount of solute is there. Another is concentrated. That means more amount of solute is there. Basically, when you go for various types of sweets and all, so you see less sweetness, more sweetness. So that is what we are talking about, is called as concentration terms. We have various type of ways to express concentration terms. So we have listed it over here. It's like mole fraction, percentage. Now in this type, what are we doing is, in all these things, what are we doing is we are using normal physical quantities or physical quantities of measurement like weight, volume and all to specify the concentration. But because we are studying chemistry and we did moles, and we think like in chemistry mole is the better way of representation, so this is the general method. But if you are a chemist and you want to be very specific, so we use other concentration terms like mole fraction, molarity, molality, normality, in which the major factor of expression is moles. So in our cases, we will be more frequently talking about molarity. So in general, if so basically we are starting the video with the concentration terms where we are going to use mole. So first term comes over here is called as mole fraction. Now you know what is a fraction, so we are just basically using that particular thing. So supposing I am considering one binary solution. Binary solution means it will have solute and the solvent. So how do we find mole fraction? Is moles of one substance upon total number of moles. So the n is the symbol which we are representing to represent my moles of substance A and substance B, and X is basically a symbol which I'm using to represent mole fraction. Now, actually, this is the formula for to represent a mole fraction. That means total moles of solute upon total moles of solution. Now, sum of the fractions is equal to 1. So similarly, if I take moles of fraction of solute as well as mole fraction of solvent, it will come out to be 1. Supposing I have a solution which contains 3 components. Now, 3 components means there will be more, supposing A, B, C are the components. So mole fraction of A component plus mole fraction of B component and mole fraction of C component will again sum up to be 1. More number of this, you can so do on like this. So, supposing go for a question. Now, in this question, there are 5 moles of KCl which are dissolved in 15 moles of water. So, simply what you need to do, if you want to find the mole fraction of KCl, it will be moles of this upon total number of moles. It is a binary mixture, so I'm doing it total. Fine. Moving to the next question. So next question, again they can create a variation by doing not giving you directly moles but putting in the form of masses. So you know how to convert mass into moles. That is, given moles is equal to given mass upon molar mass is equal to number of moles. We are going to notice it is a fraction, it is a mole fraction, it is not the fraction of mass in grams. Okay, so you can just convert it. So see, in this we have already done, this is the amount of this is the amount of oxygen. So if I go with nitrogen, so it will become this upon 628, that will be the moles of nitrogen. Now if I want to do it, I can just say 3. If I have to find mole fraction of hydrogen, supposing it will be 3.71 upon 3.71 plus 1.02 plus 5.5 upon 28, and you can just say so on. Moving to the next term, which is called as molarity. Now, when it is the most commonly used term for concentration. Now, whenever your concentration terms come to your mind, we generally talk about that is your molarity. So, what is molarity? It is the number of moles of solute dissolved in 1 liter of solution. Remember, volume has to be in liters. So, the way now that we have to remember that it is represented as capital M. Fine. Supposing my molarity is 1, so I can write 1m. Supposing it is 3, I can write it as 3m. So suppose there is a question, this much amount of HCl is being dissolved in this. So how will you find the molarity? Convert this into mole. So to convert this into mole, we need to divide it by 36.5. So it will be this upon 36.5 into volume of the solution in liters. My question given over here is not having the volume in terms of is not of liter, then I obviously can go for the conversion. So how will I find molarity? It will be moles. Moles means given mass upon molar mass, and for to convert volume into from ml to liters, I need to divide it by 1000. So this is the new formula for molarity, but this is to be used when your volume is in ml. Sometimes, for especially specifically in stoichiometric calculations, we can also say that moles is equal to molarity into volume in liters. So now we can say they have two formulas to find moles. That means that one formula you already know is given mass upon molar mass. The other formula which we can use is molarity into volume, can also convert into number of moles, but we have to focus molarity volume has to be in liters. Supposing you are putting volume in ml, then we can say number of millimoles, and that means this will help us in our calculative purposes for application, which we'll do later on. Concentration term which we frequently used is molality. Now molality means amount of solute in, we have to be careful, it has to be the amount weight of solvent, and it has to be in kg. Now in, so supposing this is my question over here which says this, we can directly do the calculation. I have another question in which this is there and this is dissolved in benzene. Fine. Now see, in this case this is a solute because it is present in less quantity, but it is mass is given in grams. So we need to convert it into moles. So molecular weight of uh, toluene is 92 grams. So number of moles comes out to be this. So this can, now this is in grams. So what will we do is we'll convert it into kg. That means this will be 0.832 kg, and then you can say this is this much molar solution. Molality is represented by small m. Be careful with this. Again, I'm repeating that molarity stands for volume of the solution and it has to be in liters, whereas molarity stands for mass of solvent. So if supposing mass of solution is given to you, you need to subtract the mass of solute from that. Now coming to the very basic concentration terms which you might have done earlier also, where we are going to use some physical quantities like weight and volume to express to express concentration. So for such things, one is mass by mass percent. Now mass by mass percent is generally used when you have a solution or a mixture which is made between solid, generally solid and solid, because measuring the mass of solid is comparatively easier, so we do it like this. For example, you have a mixture which is made by alloys, or you're mixing two particular solid things, then generally, ores, they are impurities are generally in the form of solids like sand and all. So in such cases, we generally express by mass. So it will be what, mass of solute upon mass of solution. And what is mass of solute? Mass of solute, mass of solution basically means, obviously it will be the combination of two things. So it will become mass of solute plus solvent. Now volume percent is generally used for liquid solutions. Now what happens is, like for example, measuring the mass of the liquid is very difficult, because first you will take the mass of the container, put some amount of liquid, then again take the total mass, subtract the mass of the container. So overall it is very tedious process. But measuring the volume of the liquid is very easy. You can have measuring cylinder, you can just measure the volume of the liquid. So for such cases, when the my solute is also liquid and solvent is also liquid, we go for volume by volume percentage, which is what, volume of solute upon volume of solution. Now this is, for example, now corona is going on, so you're using your sanitizers. Now it is a mixture of alcohol. Alcohol is what, liquid, again in water. So that is which, it is expressed in which form? It is expressed in volume by volume percentage. For example, you can say at home we make a mixture of vinegar, which is again liquid, and we are diluting it in water. So again, this is which form, will volume by volume percent. We come to a question in this. We are talking 20 grams of salt dissolved in 60 grams of water. So what will be this? So this is which percentage I'm talking about? I'm talking about mass by mass percentage, because weight of the water was directly given to me. To add mass of the solution, so when I will go for the solution solving, it will become this upon mass of the solution. This will be this plus 40 into 100. So see, this is the another question. Now this is just, this question I did it intentionally because of seeing the current scenario. So see over here, this much is given and this much is to be added. Now for very dilute solution, we need to focus. For very dilute solutions, the amount of solute will be very less. So we can say volume of the solution has to be volume of solute plus solvent, but because the amount of solute is very low, so we can almost treat it as negligible, or we can say volume of the solution is nothing but approximately the volume of the solvent. So if it is a very dilute solution, we can go with this particular concept. So if I do now, percentage we need to find will be this, that will be equal to volume of solute, that is my alcohol, and this is my rubbing alcohol, that is this much. So into 100. So you can just go for the calculation part. So what is the volume of isopropyl alcohol which is needed to be added in 500 ml of sanitizer? It will be 350 ml. So this you can do it at home. Another way, now supposing I have a mixture in which my solute is in solid form and my solvent is in liquid form. For example, sugar dissolved in water. So in such cases, finding the mass of solid is easier and finding the volume of liquid is easier. So then we generally go for mass by volume percentage. Okay, fine. So how we'll find? It will be mass of the solute upon volume of the solution. And again, you can just, for very dilute solution, you can neglect the volume of the solution. After studying these terms, there is one more concentration term which is more frequently used, which is called as normality, which we'll be studying in some other part. But otherwise, we can classify these concentration term into two categories. One category which is containing volume term, for example, percentage by volume, weight by volume, molarity, and normality. And the other category is where there is no volume term. Fine. So what does this mean? Why I am classifying them into volume terms and non-volume terms is because when you heat anything on heating, what happens is there is change in volume. Fine. So to keep that part in mind, what happens is when we are talking about any concentration term which is having volume related thing in it, so what will happen? It will be affected by the affected by temperature. That means if you change the temperature, the concentration may decrease or increase depending upon the case, because it has a volume term in this. So like all the concentration term which are having like percentage by volume, weight by volume, these are all temperature dependent. Whereas if I talk about the concentration terms where we are using no volume term, there it will become independent of temperature, and they will you can use them. So they are not temperature dependent and they are more precise. So it is better to express the concentration where there will be difference in temperature during heating or cooling, where we go for better concentration term, and that becomes molality. So here is a quick revision which will be temperature dependent. So percentage mass, no volume term, it will be not temperature dependent, whereas molarity has volume term, so it will become temperature dependent. Molality again no more volume term, so temperature independent, whereas mole fraction again no volume term, so again temperature independent.